The goal is 10,000 letters by the middle part of June. They ask you send them to DCDC so they can then send them together to the Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee, which is in DC.
The city of Dayton will be sending out thousands of letters next week to let people know their trash pickup will be changing. This month, some homes will have their trash and recycling bins emptied on different days of the week. The city's director of public works said the move follows an extensive review of the city's trash routes.
What we're doing is trying to gain some efficiencies the way we run our routes. We have some routes that are shorter, some routes that are longer, so we're trying to make sure it's a balance for all the routes that we send out.
The new schedules begin March 27th.
It's abundantly clear for the UD Flyers and their fans. The guys got to win the Atlantic 10 tournament if they want to get into next week's NCAA tournaments. We caught up with Grant's guys at practice today before the team left for New York City. The Flyers are the number 2 seed, and their first game is Thursday.
My take on tournaments is always wide open. It's one game, so you just never know what the circumstances are. So like I said, you got to control the things you can control. We're going to try to do that.
We want to remind you about our own Zone Hoops edition. Our team has you covered everything basketball when it comes to college over the next few weeks. Orange Zone starts this Sunday morning at 11:30 right here on Channel 7.
Spring is on the way, and so is allergy season. Doctors said if you had a prescribed steroid for allergies, now is the time to start taking it.
It takes a couple weeks to build up, and you want it to really be at its peak, treating the inflammation fully when the pollen starts at full force.
And doctors also said after spending time outside, take a shower or change your clothes to get rid of the extra pollen. And liquid albuterol is in short supply. That's the drug commonly used to treat people with breathing problems. The shortage is expected to get worse after a major supplier to U.S. hospitals recently shut down. At Nationwide Children's Hospital here in Ohio, their stock will depend on demand over the next couple of weeks.
We continue to receive shipments periodically, somewhat unexpectedly, but ultimately it's something that we are continuing to monitor to make sure that we have the drug that is needed for our patients.
She said anyone who cannot find the liquid form of the medicine can use the inhaler instead. Right now, albuterol inhalers don't seem to be impacted by the shortage.
And now, your Storm Center 7 forecast with Chief Meteorologist McCall Vrydaghs.
McCall was talking earlier about the moon. You were very fascinated with the moon tonight. So on my way home for dinner, I captured something. The picture doesn't do it justice, but neat nevertheless.
Yes, it's a glorious looking moon tonight. It was officially full at 7:40 this morning, and it's the worm moon, which is the last full moon of winter for us. And we are going to see our next full moon as we get into next month. And the reason that the worm moon gets its name is because in the month of March, folklore says that you have the possibility of seeing the ground thawing, and that could lead to those worms actually starting to show up a little bit as that ground softens from the winter season. That said, I don't necessarily think that would be the case for us this year because we did have such a mild winter overall. So we are going to be looking at some drier conditions as we get into at least the next couple of days. And then there's that chance for rain by the end of the week. Satellite and radar right now, you can see that we have dry skies overhead, clear conditions across the Miami Valley and western Ohio. Not too far off though to the west, clouds are starting to build on in. Those clouds will be with us tomorrow and Thursday, right on through the end of the week. And then the chance for rain arrives as we move toward your Friday. Right now, you can see further to the west, there are some showers coming out of Missouri, but interestingly enough, you see that eastern edge of that moisture. It looks as though it's just hitting this wall. That's that wall of dry air in place, so that is going to keep that rain at bay for now. At the bus stop in the morning, it is cold enough that the kids will want that warm jacket to start. 27 degrees, should I say. Sunrise is at 7:01 in the morning. Grab the long sleeves as well for the afternoon, as we'll keep some cooler temperatures around right on through the second half of the day. Our temperatures hour by hour for Wednesday. Notice they get to about the middle 40s here at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's near normal for what we should typically see in early March. As we move through the extended forecast, temps should be near that or slightly above it at times. Overall, we're not going to see that warm up like the 70-degree day we just had yesterday. Futurecast, here's tomorrow evening, afternoon, evening hours. Clouds are in place. We'll have some breaks in the clouds at times early on, but then they fill right in right for your Thursday morning drive time. Here's 8 o'clock in the morning Thursday. Taking along through the day Thursday, we're quiet. Temps will be pushing close to 50 degrees. Still dry there at 4:30 in the afternoon. Quickly, though, as we move toward Thursday evening, rain starts to move in. There's 9:30. Most of us are already snuggling up in bed. We move into early Friday morning, chilly rain showers around daybreak. We will track a little bit of some winter precipitation in the northern Miami Valley initially, but then we'll see the temperatures climbing and that chance for any wintry precip will come to an end. Now, there may be a few flurries that return on the backside of this system as it's pulling away heading into the weekend. So a 3-day outlook here, 46 degrees for tomorrow, 50 on Thursday. We'll track those chilly rain showers on Friday with a little bit of that chance of a brief mix across the north to start. A couple of flurries around on Saturday. Sunday rain comes back into the forecast, and then we're drier and quieter as we round the corner into next week.
Thank you, McCall. A Veterans Commission, including a group of